How to treat iron deficiency anemia. Treating iron deficiency anemia usually seems like a simple task. Well, what has to be done is simply increase the iron levels in your blood. Well, you can do so by increasing the iron intake. Well, you can do that through diet or just taking some supplements, eating food that's rich in iron. It might do the trick. But in certain conditions, such as, let's say, bleeding in our gastrointestinal tract. So here we have the esophagus, and then somewhere around here is the stomach. And down there we have the small intestines and the large intestines. And if there is a bleeding, it actually might cause more demand for iron because we're losing these red blood cells that contain iron. So if we lose red blood cells, we have to build them, and they look kind of like a disc shaped. So if we look at them a little bit from above, that would be their shape. And so conditions such as kidney failure can also affect our iron levels, because kidneys do have an influence on how iron is absorbed in our gastrointestinal tract, right? So the simple idea, well, I'm going to eat iron-rich food or I'm going to take some supplements, it might not do the trick, right? It may not be that simple. So simply, without a lot of investigation, assigning the iron deficiency anemia to one of these causes, such as bad diet, or just trying to bluntly treat it with more iron supplements, can be a problem. We need to understand what is the underlying condition. Iron deficiency anemia can be caused by a whole variety of diseases, such as inflammation that comes with diseases, or the bleeding in the gastrointestinal tract, as I've said, cancers, and many different conditions in different organ systems. So definitely, iron deficiency in general requires an investigation of patients' health, but also search for these specific diseases. But if we can safely exclude all these deadly causes and serious conditions, and we are convinced, right? We are convinced that iron deficiency anemia could be simply fixed by taking some supplements, some iron supplements. Well, then there is a wonderful place on this planet for that. Or a place where you could actually get a therapy, get your cure, but also have a vacation. In a country called Yugoslavia, which doesn't exist anymore, there was a hospital and a rehab center in a town of Srebrenica. A lot of iron deficient patients used to come to that area and spend weekends in that hospital. The major reason for that are water wells which contain high iron concentration, and these waters with iron are actually 100% natural. No one is adding iron to the water. It's there just from nature, right? As a gift from the nature. A solution contains the iron that did not corrode. So the iron did not oxidize yet. So the water is clear, right? However, the area around it, surrounding the river, is actually brown. It's brown because the iron is oxidizing. In fact, there are no plants growing around it because of the iron concentration. The iron in the water is not brown because it didn't corrode yet. So this water cannot be transported. If they pack it in plastic bottles, it becomes oxidized, the iron, and then it turns brown. So therefore, all the patients who wanted a nice weekend or a nice vacation, relaxing in the nature and getting this natural source of iron, were able to have it by going to that place, right? Then the war broke out in the 90s, and the genocide that has followed has left the town of Srebrenica empty and abandoned. The neighboring houses and hospitals were destroyed and burned to the ground. And even though in the past 30 years the peace has prevailed, and all the people who caused the war are long time in prison, these healing waters never received proper promotion, and they have been forgotten. Some locals from time to time, if they're diagnosed with iron deficiency, know about these waters, and they go there to get their health potion. Besides the major well which has iron-enriched water, there are other nearby water wells that are used for treating diseases of sinuses and certain skin conditions. If you want to know more about this place, then go to symptomsky.com/help/anemia. But if you're a doctor and you want to make videos like these, then go to anatomsky.com.